I'll do quick introductions. To my left, your right, is Lieutenant Jamie High with the Park Police, Captain Kevin Riley with the State Police, Chief Eric Osganian with the Geneseo Police Department, and to my right, your left, is Marshal Selena with the U.S. Marshals. The quick update that we have is the search overnight has not turned up our suspect. We continue to search. We have two SWAT teams, our SWAT team, the state SWAT team. We're still continuing to use aerial drones, helicopters with the infrared, forward-faced infrared. Still, we have no good location for our suspect. So we still urge any of your viewers, if you see anybody fitting this description, call 911 immediately. If you have any information that you feel is valuable, you can call 911. If you're not in our area, you can call 844-LCSO-TIP. Again, that's 844-LCSO-TIP, and give us whatever information you may have. Some things that we have developed, you obviously now know who we believe our suspect to be. The first picture that went out, he had a beard. We now believe, through our conversation, the female half of this that was in the vehicle, that he's clean shaven. We believe that the reason he escalated this so quickly is because he did believe that he had a federal warrant and was going to be going back to prison. So he is on the run. He is still considered armed and dangerous. We're still working through the weapons. She claims that the gun was not loaded, but we can't take that for good information. So again, I want to stress that we still consider him armed and dangerous. We have not recovered a gun at all. As we talked about yesterday, you have cornfields, you have wooded areas, so we're continuing to search those areas and continuing to work intel with our investigators and through the marshals, the state police, the intelligence center, etc. So if you have some questions, we'll take some limited ones.
Because of the cornfields and the wooded areas, how difficult is the search?
Extremely difficult. And so last night we had our perimeter set up. As I explained to you, it was a large area, so we're not confident that he is even still in this area. This is the best area we have, so we're working from here out. But again, I want to stress that I'm not confident that he's in this area. He easily could be out of this area. He could still be on foot around here. He could be on someone's property. He could be in a vehicle and not in this area at all. I don't know. Those are just facts or information I don't have.
Have there been any spottings that have been reported coming in since last night at all?
We've had a couple, spottings, but all turned up to be nothing, and pretty much ruled out. The one was a runner that was coming out of corn, but the description, the height, the weight, the clothing, none of that matched it. We feel that was probably a runner and not this suspect.
What do you want residents to know? We talked with a guy who said he was staying home today because he was worried about leaving his kids home by themselves. What do you want the residents in this area to know?
No, I can understand it. As a dad, I feel for him, and I'm sure a lot of parents feel that way. I live right here in the village of Geneseo myself, and I think about my wife and kids. I'm sure that that's a very common feeling right now. What I can tell you is there's a lot of law enforcement here. You're well protected. I would keep your doors locked. I wouldn't, not live life. If you have things, I would go do it. But at the end of the day, we're going to continue to be here. We're going to continue to do our best to locate this suspect.
Is there a warrant out for his arrest
So
prior to the stop?
So our database does not show a warrant for his arrest. But we're told through the female partner in this vehicle that he believed that he had this warrant, and he believed he was going to be going back to do a life sentence. So that's information, again, that I'm just passing along that came from her. I'm not saying that it's great information, but it's the best information that we have. So I think that was his mentality, is that I'm on the run, and if they run me, I'm going to be taken into custody, and I'm never going to see the light of day again.
So he was just being stopped, and when did he physically get out of the vehicle?
He did. So he was stopped for a simple vehicle and traffic law violations, and it escalated very quickly. As the officer approached, it escalated right from there.
So he jumped out of the vehicle?
I'm not going to get into the details, but I will tell you that he did exit the vehicle. And I know there's a lot of media reports about, he fired. Again, I stress that our preliminary report does not have the suspect firing. It does have him pointing a gun directly at the officer, and the officer, our preliminary report shows that he did fire. So I know there's mixed reports on that. That's the best information I have now, And again, I want to stress that's preliminary. We're still working with our team and our forensics, and we'll have a final determination on that.
And the female, how is her involvement with her?
The female is in a romantic relationship with our suspect.
Is there any idea what he was doing here in this area?
Again, I don't have all those answers. She's telling us certain things. I'm not going to share a lot of those details. What I did share with you is what I feel is pertinent to get out to our residents to know a little bit of the background. But I'm not going to go into any more detail about our conversations with her at this point.
How's the officer doing at this point? I mean, that has to be a pretty traumatic experience to kind of go through and have a gun pointed at you, not knowing what the outcome could be.
Absolutely.
Traffic stop.
Absolutely, and it happened so quickly. When I say that this was, we never say there's a routine traffic stop, but as he approached the vehicle on the driver's side, it escalated very quickly. So yeah, the officer, the chief's been great, working with him, trying to make sure he's okay emotionally, and we'll continue to stay in touch with him.
Sounds like you guys are clearing a lot of the same buildings you cleared yesterday. Is that the case?
Yeah, so unfortunately, when you clear a building and then you leave it for time, then someone can come back and go into that building. So we are doing a lot of things that we did yesterday and last evening and overnight. We're doing that all over again. As I said, we don't have any great information that he is still right here, but it's the best area that we had because that's where we last have him on video running into the cornfield.
So is she from here, and is she facing any charges?
She is not from here, and she will be facing charges.
Can you say what charges?
I'm not going to get into details on that. I will probably be able to get into some details on that by the end of the day.
And what was the initial stop for? Chief, can you talk about that?
Minor traffic violations.
In the village?
In the village, yeah.
And so he kept going?
Yeah, on Route 63 by the college is where the violations occurred, and then he stopped over here.
We saw the drone, the helicopter, any other kind of ways that you guys are, tools that you are using for the search?
Yeah, as far as overhead, that's what we're using. Helicopters with FLIR and the UAVs or UAS or drones, whatever you want to call them, we're utilizing those. Those are really great technology because we get the overhead view and we're not putting a lot of members in danger. I'll be very blunt with you. When we're putting our SWAT teams, or any members for that matter, into cornfields or wooded areas, it's almost like doing a deer push that people are familiar with. It's not the safest thing to do, but the SWAT members feel comfortable with it, and we are doing that because we want to eliminate this area. So you're going to see SWAT members out in the cornfields. You're going to see them in the wooded areas until we feel really comfortable that this suspect is not here.
What's this wooded area? Is it at the campus?
No, this is not the campus. This is mostly private property of the Wadsworths. So if you went down to Main Street and came to the end, this is heavy wooded area.
Anything going on at the campus? Any clearing of the buildings there or anything like that?
The chief can talk about it. I know they went into a lockdown type situation last night.
Yeah, University Police Department handles that campus. So any University Police Department handles their campus. They went to lockdown last night. I think they're still in lockdown. Any questions as far as the security of campus would be University Police.
All right,
Will courts be in session today, or was the courthouse ever locked down?
Nope, the courthouse, not that I know of. You can check. I haven't been up there, obviously, so I don't believe the courthouse. All county buildings are remaining open. I know a message came out from the county administrator of the county in Coyle saying that it'll be county business as usual. Be vigilant. If you see something, say something, and that's the same message that we have. I mean, you've got the photos now. Both with the beard initially, that was the only photo we had. Now without it, because she is saying that he's clean shaven, and the officer also gave that description. So the more we can get that photo around, and folks are familiar with that face, if they see him, whether it's walking or coming out of a wooded area, I mean anything really. If somebody picked him up yesterday, those are the things that we want to hear.
Was there a round shot or heard last evening?
Yep, so we had mixed reports on that. Certain officers thought they heard what sounded like one single gunshot. Others dismissed it as a branch cracking, and we did have other teams going through that area. We did search again this morning and really zoomed in on that area where they thought it came from, and negative results in there.
You guys moving locations from here, or are you guys just kind of spreading out?
We're going to keep our central command right here. You're going to see cars in and out of here. The SWAT team's deploying in different areas. The marshal members are hooking on depending on where we're going. So yeah, you're going to see us in this general area. This is the best area that we have.
Are you guys working with any of the officials down in North Carolina?
We are. So you got operations going on here, and then you have intel going on back at our office. So that includes several investigators working on whether it's cell phones, other agencies, the background, the history, how we got here. You know, there's a lot that goes into just the background information.
Do you know why they were in the area? Or how long they've been?
I have a preliminary report on that. I'm not going to get into those details right now because I don't think they're going to be any pertinent information for the safety and bringing him into custody. I will share that later on. But at this point, I'm giving you the details that I can give you regarding getting him into custody and what the general safety concerns are right now.
And you said you didn't find anything in your database, but do we know why he thought there was a warrant out for him?
He did do prison time, I'm told federal time, and maybe the marshal can speak to that.
Yeah, he did spend time in federal prison. I don't have the exact dates. I think he was released maybe a couple of years ago. So we're working with our office in North Carolina to try to backtrack if there is a warrant and if we can obtain a warrant for him.
What was the crime that he allegedly did that he thought he was going to do life?
Well, if somebody's on probation, any type of probation, and they leave a state, that technically could be a charge. So I'm not sure what was in his mind, but he is actively on federal probation. And again, we're working with our authorities in North Carolina to piece that all together.
Now, are there any, what roads are closed and for how long?
The only road that we have closed is from right here where we are down to 63 at Jones Bridge. And the reason we have it closed is because, again, this is the best area that we believe he could be in, and because we have so many emergency vehicles tying up the road. So this from here to 63 at Jones Bridge is shut down, and you can expect it to be shut down most of the day while we're out here. Other roads are not shut down.
Now, are you going to go back in the cornfield?
We have members in the cornfield now. We've had several canines out there, the nitrate canines, trying to see if we can recover this weapon. All right, so that's about the sum and substance of what I got. We will do another media update sometime today. If we get some new information that I feel is pertinent to our residents, then I will certainly come back down right away. If we don't have any new information, we'll still give you a media update at the end of the day. All right?